This conference will now be recorded.
मम्मी मैं गेट बंद कर रहा हूँ, रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहा हूँ, गेट बंद कर रहा हूँ मैं ना।
Very good morning to everyone. So if you remember in the last session, we started with the modeling of the memory based upon the size, based upon the width, and based upon the address width, then the depth. So we understand how to write a design point for memory, right? Memory. To do the memory of memory concept, so we are using the handshake information. Right? Both the valid and ready is both are high. These are some sort of control signals. We can say when both these are high, we are doing the write operation or we are doing the read operation. So if you remember, if you analyze the waveform, yesterday we talked about this one, right? Which one we talked about is test bench. So it has run. This is the one. So we are doing the overriding the parameter, right? We override the parameter and then we saw how read is happening and how the write is happening, right? So if you analyze the waveforms, so if you analyze the waveforms, in test bench waveforms, what are the things are there? How to analyze the waveforms? Based upon the clock, based upon the reset, based upon the read write enable, based upon the value, and based upon the ready signal. Here, what are the control signals? What are the control signals are here? Anyway, clock is a signal. Operation is varying with respect to the time. Okay. So clock is not a control signal. We're giving the sequential circuit performs operation on what? Clock signals. Right. So we have a reset. Reset is the one control signal. Where I want to put all my memories to zeros. Okay, I don't want to do any operation. I put the steady state operation. One input is nothing but what? Read. Read. Reset the signal. Another input is nothing but I should decide that when to write and when to read. To do write operation, read operation, we are using the write read enable. And then to do the handshaking, so we are using two control signals. Those are what? Valid signal and ready signal. So if you look at this, test bench mostly consider what are the blocks? Initial blocks. Those blocks start with the running presentation of time t0. So we start running all the initial harvest blocks below as per the modules how we are writing. So two processes in the test bench, right? One process in the ring. Whatever the procedural blocks you are using, that will start simulating at what time? When time t is equal to 0. Initial block, the harvest block. If you look at this working with the waveforms, how to work with the waveforms? You can do the zoom in, zoom out of the waveforms, right? Yesterday I said how to change the values of the address values of the W data, values of the R data by zooming and zoom out, right? So how to zoom in and zoom out and pull the zoom out, and then how to expand a specific window. So coming back to the cursor mode, going to the specific time on the keyboard, we are using some settings for the test bench. You understand, changing the values of one input and the output. And then also we are using in our case, we are using the what we are using in our case is nothing but parameters. So what is the use of these parameters? What is the use of these parameters which we are using in the program? Parameters is allow us to do the customizing of the program. Right? So this is a program. Let us open this program. This is a program with what is the depth is 32. What is the width is 16. So this is the output of this program. So your write is happening and read is happening here. Right? This is nothing but this address, this W data, this is R data. Your write is happening. Right? Based upon the ready signal, value signal, write enable and the reset. After this, what happening here? Read is happening. If I go and check the memory list, so this is 16 bit and 32 bit depth. So this is the data. So you know what are the couple of settings you can do, changing the properties of the values, correct? So those are the things you can do in the test bench. So what is the use of the parameter is? Suppose I want to model the memory with depth of 102, depth of how much? 1024. So how many clock cycles are equal to do this? To write how many clock cycles are required? How many clock cycles are required to this? If depth of 32, you can see in the depth of 32, how many clock cycles for the write operation is? 32 clock cycles. You understand this is write operation, right? This is write operation. How many clock cycles are required here? 32 clock cycles. Sorry, 32 or 31, 32 clock cycles. And suppose if I am changing my depth is nothing but what? There's a depth of 1024. So to write the data, how many clock cycles are required? 1024. For read how many clock cycles? 1024. Write and read, you need how many clock cycles? 1024. 1024. So what is the use of this parameter is nothing but we can customize. We can change the width, we can change the depth, right? We can change the address. So what is the use of this is? Dollar symbol C log base 2 is based upon this depth. It is going to calculate the address. This is nothing but a log of depth, log based on depth. If my depth is 1024, what is the log address bit is? How many bits? Log based on 1024 is nothing but what? 10 bits. You understand? The address bit is nothing but it is now this is 10. Now let us say I want to run this. So to do this, how many clock cycles are required is? So my depth is how much here? 1024. So total number of clock cycles are required for write operation is 1024. And it also it takes what? 1024. So let us check this one. So I have saved or not. Let us check. 1024. What is the test bench I am using for this? So I'm overriding the parameter. Okay, sorry. I have changed this in the design file. So where I need to change how to overriding the parameters. Test bench. Let us go to the test bench. This is the test bench. Now let us change. I'm overriding the parameter. This is 1024. 1024. Now let us compare this code. So for this, how many clock cycles are required is 1024 clock cycles for write operation. For the read operation, 1024. Correct. Now, this is nothing but my write operation. Okay, if I how to zoom in, this is nothing but control. You can use cursor, scroll up and scroll down. You can zoom in, right? Zoom out. To pick the screen, what I need to do? I need to press this. Zoom full. This is zoom in. This is zoom out. This is pick the waveform. And how to change the value of this is? So you can do control all here. Press control all. Then you can, at the time I want to change all the values into the different radix. You can right click. Then you keep the radix or radix you want to do. Okay, suppose I want to specifically do only 3 signals to the radix or hexadecimal format. Then I'll select control. You can select this, right click, hexadecimal radix. Then you keep whatever the number system we want to look. We want to see. You can understand. Now you can say for write operation, this write operation is happening here. This W data is nothing but write operation is happening here. This is nothing but what? Read operation. What is the depth of this is nothing but? What is the depth is nothing but 1024. Now what is the time taken? So whatever this process until now we did here, this is nothing but we call it as a time to door access. Time to door access. Time to door access read and write operation happening through the model ports, memory ports. What are the memory model ports? Read data, write data, address, clock. signal, etc. Now, if you calculate the time taken to simulate this, what is the time it is taken? What is the time it is taken? 2075. To calculate how this 20575 is coming here. What is the total number of clock cycles is required? 1024. What is the time period we are giving is? What is the time period? Let us open the test bench. What is the time period we are giving is? Total time period is 5 means it's nothing but 10. Then how much it becomes? 10,024. Correct? It's nothing but 10,024. Then what is the simulation time you are giving is? What is the depth I am giving is 1024. The total time period is nothing but 10. That becomes what? 10,024. Then into again to right. For right how many? 1024. For read how much? 1024. So both the right and read how many clock cycles are required? How many clock cycles are required? 1024 plus right? 1024 into what is the time period is? 20. Now it is getting around 1024 plus 1024 is nothing but 2048. And the total time period I am giving is how much? 10. Now that becomes around 20,048. And then remaining simulation time I am giving in the test bench, right? The test bench I am giving here is what is the time I am giving is nothing but plus 20. Correct? 20,480 plus 20. This simulation time I am giving is 20. Then what is my end simulation here? It is nothing but what is the end simulation I was using is plus 50. Plus 50. So what is the total time is nothing but now it is 20,550 with additional. So to write read will happen, right? Read will happen after what? One clock cycle will. The process will take one clock cycle. Read will happen one clock cycle. And initially, so we have some delay. Initially there is some unknown values here. Right? If you look at this, when reset is 0, so we have some unknown values here. So cumulatively, if you consider all these delays, what is the total time taken it is to do this front-end access is nothing but around 20,575. You can understand how you get this 20,575? Read how much? 1024. Read how much? 1024. Total time period is 10. Then what are the simulation time which you are indicating in the what? Test bench. Along with that, so read will happen after one clock cycle. So considering all this delay, how much time it is taken to simulate this is 20,575 for the depth of what? 1020. Imagine if you are working with higher data, like 4 GB data, like we are talking about our mobile processor RAM will be 4 GB data, 6 GB data, 8 GB data. Imagine how much time it is going to do this process, simulation process, to do the right operation, to do the what? Read operation. You understand? So basically, we will go for what technique to do the right operation, read operation is back-end process. The back-end process will take zero time execution. Back-end will take zero time execution. Only it will take the delay which you are mentioning to what? In the test bench to analyze in the how. So, but real time, there is no process of like a back-end process. But our simulation purpose, so we'll be going with one back-end process. You don't understand what I mean to say? Very clear? Okay, let us take one more example. Let me keep the test bench with depth of 32. Depth of 32. Now, can you tell me how many clock cycles are required to do this write operation and the read operation? Okay, let us run this program. How many clock pulses is required? For write how many clock pulses? 32. For read how many clock pulses? 32. Then others are simulation what I am using here it is. Other simulation time is write is 32, read is 32. Then 32 plus 32 means 64. 64 into what? 10, 640. Then 20. After reset I am giving 20. Then in simulation I am giving what? 50. Total it comes 7, 10. So remaining 25 delay after I am getting read will get after one delay. And then initially there is a delay for unknown states. Those delays totally how much what is the delay I am getting here is 735. If I keep the depth of 1024, how much delay I was getting earlier? Like around 20,750, 757 something. You understand? So now today we'll see that what is the use of the backdoor access? How to do the backdoor access of the memory? To understand this, first let us go with some theory part about the backdoor access. Now we understand what is the use of these parameters, right? Parameters are used to what? Customize our program. I don't want to change my entire Verilog program. Where if I want to model the different depth and different width, I can change in the way parameters. Correct? Then we understand how to overriding the parameters. So one way to overriding the parameters is during the what? Model instantiation. So this is how parameters makes coding what? More easy. Say for example, if you want to do 2 KB memory or 128 KB or 1 MB memory, anything we can create using what? Verilog code by just changing the what? Parameter values. So that code becomes more readable and easy to operate. So we should always develop a parameter-based programming style. When you are going with the projects, always we should go with what? Going with good practice is nothing but going with the parameter-based programming style. So what is a good programming style? Is nothing but any programming style that makes code more readable and our indentation is more reusable. So this is the use of the parameter overriding. Let us don't talk much about this. Already we know how to what is the parameter, what is the use of this parameter, and what is how you can overriding the parameter. So if you look at the test bench, memory test bench, so this is a logic we developed, right? So we developed the reading all to all the locations of the memory. Then we know that how to write the data, how to read the data. You understand this program is studied. So this is for what? How to write the data to the memory. After completion of this loop, so we are keeping what? Address is 0, W data is 0, all other control signals we are keeping 0. So this is the one. If you see the basic concept about the memory, so we are using few control signals, right? And then we are using what? Task and task. Basically we are using task to analyze the output, right? Task. What is the use of the task is? Tasks are used for what? Reusable of code. I don't want to write again and again. What I can do, I can write what? Only one time. So wherever it is necessary for me, I will call the task with the, if the argument is there, I will be passing the argument and I will call the what? Task. So this is what in the complete test bench, what we are seeing in the printed access. What are the system task functions here? How to check the waveform? Okay, what is the use of the parameters? What is the use of the task? That is what you put here. The questions you can take up these questions. Okay, you find the answer to these questions. Now let us go with task. Okay, what is the significance of the task we understand? Correct. The use of this is nothing but what? Memory reads makes more code readable and reusable. So usually when you be programming the Verilog way to programming, we need to go with what? Using task and functions. So you can make more code readable and reusable operation. Now if you talk about in the system Verilog perspective, so we will go with object-oriented programming. Hooks concept, like we are defining the class so that you are going to explain the upcoming session. Okay. So let us don't talk much about this. We know that how to read the memory, how to write the memory using task. We did a study. This is a programming we did. Right? Only to the particular location I want to read. Only the particular locations I want to write operation. We did in the study. Right? And then we also analyze how to analyze the output waveforms. So of course my read is 32, write is 32. How many clock pulses is required? Okay. So we understand that. And what is the use of the control signals? What is the use of the control signals? What is the control signals? I'm going to decide that based upon control signals, I'll start writing operation, and to make the handshaking, I'll be using the control signal. So once my handshaking signals are high, then I should start doing the write operation, read operation. So regarding that, okay. Now let us start with what is the memory with a different type of access. Different types of access. So there are two types of access in the memory. One is nothing but friend-door access. Friend-door access. Until now, whatever we have developed the memory modeling is nothing but what we call friend-door access. Friend-door access will be done through driving the ports of the memory. What are the ports of the memory are? Like a clock, reset, control signals, then write data, address, and then cache checking signals. So accessing the memory contents by driving the what? The design of the ports. Memory ports. What are the memory ports are like? Address, W data, valid, read data, or read write enable, etc. The friend-door access takes more time. Just now we saw. Okay? What we saw in the friend-door access? More simulation time. Suppose if I take a depth of 64, write will take how many clock cycles at least? 64 clock cycles. To write the data, how many clock cycles it is taking? 64 clock cycles. So this is what concept. It takes more simulation time. So backdoor access. What is the backdoor? Two ways you can do the memory access. One is friend-door access and the backdoor access. Until now, what we talked about is nothing but friend-door access. What is this backdoor access? Is accessing memory directly from the hierarchy without driving the what? Design. Did you understand this statement? Accessing the memory directly. I want to access it. What accessing means? Write operation or read operation. By hierarchically without driving the what? Design ports. But the memory, what are the design ports are? These are the design ports. Address, W data, read data, etc. So without driving the design ports, I'm going to accessing the memory hierarchically by using dot operation. Means XMR concept. That is nothing but cross module reference concept. Today we'll see what is very simple to understand. I think we can dot XMR concept. So accessing memory directly by using what? Hierarchically without driving the what? Design ports. So this is how you can hierarchically accessing the memory. So what is the variable I'm initializing in my design file for the creating the memory? Range data type, range. Then I'm using what? Width minus 1:0. Then to create the memory, we are declaring the array. Array name what I'm giving is mem. So hierarchically I'm calling this. In my test bench, I'm hierarchically calling this using what? Dot XMR. Dot XMR is nothing but XMR is nothing but a cross module reference. So where I'm hierarchically calling this is nothing but in the what? DUT means what? Test bench. Top module. The top module I'm referring the what? Dot memory. So this is hierarchy. Suppose I'm staying in this row. Someone is staying outside the institute. How he is going to refer? How he will be coming here? First he will coming to the ground floor. Then he is coming to the what? Second floor. Then first floor. He is coming to the what? Second floor. Then he is coming to third floor. Then he is coming to this time. You can understand this is hierarchy. Now hierarchy I'm referring the what? Variable. Dot memory is nothing but a variable I'm using to monitor the memory. So using dot memory, loading the values of by memory hierarchically directly. Not without what? Without driving the ports. I'm going to loading the values by memory hierarchically directly from where? In the memory variable. Not to through what? Ports. So Verilog has a system class functions to perform this. So for directly accessing the memory content without the what? Driving the ports, backdoor access can be completed in the what? 0 times. So in the system class function, using system class function, we are directly accessing the memory content without what? Without driving the what? Ports like address, RW data, read data. So that the backdoor access completes in how much time? 0 simulation time. So in real chip, so there is no concept like a backdoor access. Right? The memory read write should happen, right? If you are inserting the pen drive to the laptop, the read write operation to access to what? Ports only. Real time applications. But in backdoor access is not for what? Real time process. This is for what process? For the simulation. Cut down the what? To cut down the simulation time. So we'll go for the what? Backdoor access. So this backdoor access completes in what time simulation? 0 time simulation. So in real time, real chip, there is no concept like a backdoor access. It is only used for what? Simulation purpose. Since it helps to reduce the what? Simulation time. Example, backdoor access in real chip means how you can do the backdoor access in real chip means we need to break the laptop access the memory chip, right? And then pasting the value onto the memory. Could you think that this is possible to do the backdoor access without referring the module ports or driving the ports? How to do the backdoor access? You should remove the memory device, then you should write the content without what? Driving the what? Ports. Is it not possible? That's why backdoor access is meant for what? For the simulation, only for the simulation to reduce the what? Simulation time. And passing the value on memory which is not possible. Memory in real chip has to be loaded through the what? How we can do the read operation, write operation is to interfacing with the what? Ports only. You don't understand the difference between. There is no backdoor access in what? Real time read write operation. This is only for what? Meant for the simulation. To cut down the simulation time. So what is significant in the simulation? What is the significance of this backdoor access during the simulation is when backdoor access is not possible in real chip, why we use it in the simulation? This is a question, right? If it is not possible in real time application, then why do we need to use this in simulation? Because it reduces the what? Main thing we understand that it reduces the simulation time. You understand? So when what takes 2 hours with the backdoor access will give over in what? 2 minutes by implementing the same thing as a backdoor access. So let us show you one example to this. Then we'll understand how to write the backdoor program. So this is a backdoor program. So we develop. Let me show you. So this is a backdoor access we have done. Already we know this. This is a task we are writing it. For what? FD indicates a friend or write memory. And this is nothing but friend or read memory. Similarly, we are creating 2 more tasks. One task for what? Backdoor write. One task for what? Backdoor read. So using some system task functions. I'm using read memory h. So $symbol read memory h. What is this $symbol read memory h is? It is going to read the what? Content of the image file. Reading the what? Memory in hexadecimal form. You understand? $symbol read memory h is nothing but if your image file or any file contains what? Hexadecimal values, it is going to read. You understand? What are the arguments to this file is nothing but 4 arguments are there. The 4 argument is first argument is nothing but this is argument where which file I want to read. Here write is nothing but file name. .exe is nothing but what? Hexadecimal form. Here we can give .h also. .h indicates is hexadecimal image file. .b indicates what? Suppose I am using read memory b. What is read memory b is nothing but binary. What is the extension to that is nothing but .b not and .b. So this $symbol read memory h requires 4 arguments. Out of 4 arguments, 2 arguments are optional arguments. What do you mean by optional arguments? It is optional. If you want to keep, you can keep. If it does not require to keep, you remove it. So here, first is a file name. Second one is what I'm doing here. This is nothing but hierarchically calling the using .xml. You understand? DUT is nothing but what? My test bench top module. Design under test, what variable I'm referring is. My design file is dot main. You can understand? First argument is nothing but what? Why? Second argument is nothing but what? You are referring the variable directly using DUT.gain. What is the next argument is nothing but? Yesterday we spoke about start underscore location. Means where I want to begin. Start location. Correct? What is this nothing but? Start underscore location dot location plus number underscore location is nothing but start location and the end location. Yesterday we wrote a program with so and so. I want to start here and I want to stop. I want to start at 10. I want to start at 10 and I stop at 15. So how to do that? By passing the inputs to the task. By passing the arguments to the task. We achieve this. Correct? So these are two options to this. Beginning address and what? End address. From where to where I want to what? Read the data and write the data. You can understand? Now this task I'm reading, this is the task I'm reading here. This task is used to what? Reading this one. Read this one. And this task is what? It is going to write. Read and write is happening at what? Background, not at the control. You can understand? So this is a task for reading. This write.hexadecimal file contains what? Data. Memory content. So we are reading that. We are accessing. We are writing to what? Read.exe file. You can understand? We will be coming to this programming part, nothing to it. Using some system task function, we are achieving the backdoor access. So what is the use of the backdoor access? I said. Reduce the simulation. Now I'm going to run this program. So using case statement, we are writing all possible combinations. So this is the one is nothing but friend door read and friend door write. Until now what we discuss. This is nothing but what? Friend door write, backdoor read. This is nothing but what? Backdoor write, friend door read. DD means backdoor. FD means friend door. This is nothing but what? Backdoor write and then backdoor read. Now let us pass on this case. So this is a case for what? Backdoor read and then backdoor read. So now let us run this program. This is a program port.b. And then I'm passing the arguments backdoor read and backdoor write. We'll see how much simulation time it will take to execute. Now let us save this. Now I'm going to run this program. Imagine for the previous case 1024, what is the time simulation time it is taking is 1024 total simulation time around 20,500 something. Now for this program, what is the depth I'm giving is 32. For 32, how much time it is taking for the friend door access is around 750. Okay. Now I'm doing the backdoor access. You can see this is a backdoor access for which one I'm running. Let us check this. Okay, let us make friend door read and friend door write. First, let us see that what is the time it is taken to do the simulation. Now let us run this program. You see what is the total time simulation time is? 21,525. Let us understand this. What is the depth I was given is? It is 32. Right? Let us see, this is the file. Okay. Depth I am giving, let us go to my test bench. Test bench 3, right? Test bench 4 only, sir. Test bench 4. The end simulation I am giving is 100. Reset I am giving is 20. What is the depth is? Depth is 7. Is it 1024 for this I am running? 1024 means for read and write how many classical side? Okay, let us check this. Okay, it is 21,520. So what for the read and write how many class cycles are equal? 1024 into what? Plus 1024, right? 1024 plus 1024 into what? Into what is that time is? Time period is nothing but 10. Now it is coming around 20,480. 20,480. And then the simulation time. Here for a reset I'm giving 1 plus 20. Then end simulation time how much I'm giving is 1000. For this end in this I'm giving 1000. What is the total time it is taken is around 21,500. And there is a delay, right? Will after one clock cycle, if you considering all the delay is nothing but 21. Totally how much it is taking is 21,525 nanoseconds simulation time. For what? Friend door access, friend door read and friend door write. Now this is the one. So this is the one. This is a friend door read, right? This is nothing but what? Friend door write, and this is nothing but what? Friend door read access. For the depth of how much it is? 1020. You can understand. Now what I'm going to do, let us make the backdoor read. Backdoor read, okay? Then what? Backdoor write. Backdoor read and backdoor write. Now whether it is a memory access can be done to the ports. Now how this is accessing memory content, how it is accessing? It is going to accessing what? From this file. So what where I'm writing write.exe. This is write.exe. In this write.exe file, this is the data. You can understand. It is going to accessing what? The memory content of this. I'm using $symbol read memory exa file. Write.txt file is this is the one. It is not going to the interfacing through what? Ports. It is going to accessing what? By memory hierarchical memory variable using this write.hexadecimal file. You can understand. Now let us run this program. We'll see how much simulation time it will go today. Now I'm doing the backdoor access. Backdoor read and backdoor write. So backdoor read and backdoor write. I won't get any waveforms. Read write I won't get because I'm doing what? Backdoor read and backdoor write. I'm not going through what? Ports. I'm not driving what? Driving the ports like address, W data, data. I'm doing accessing can be done through the backdoor. So this is simulation time I'm getting. How much simulation time I'm getting is 1020. This 1020 is getting what? What is this 1020? Backdoor simulation done at what time? Zero simulation. Correct? Zero simulation. Why I'm getting this 1020? This is total 1020 which I'm using where? My test bench. For read how much I'm giving is after reset how much I'm giving is 20. This is simulation I mentioned in my test bench. That is printing. Now here it is nothing but what? 1000. But read and write is happening what? At zero simulation time. Read and write is happening with zero simulation time. But in the test bench I'm mentioning this 20 and this is 1000. What is the total simulation it is taking here is nothing but 1000 nanosecond. Do you think that backdoor is reduces the simulation time? So why basically we go for backdoor access, memory access is one because of the simulation time. If you talk about system on chip, there are 1000 test cases, test benches will be there. So if you want to do that simulation, it will take some hours together to do the simulation. But the simulation, this what are the model sim application I'm using here to running what my Verilog files, to modeling the any hardware in the Verilog. This is a platform I'm using. This platform also depending upon what? How it is depending upon? Suppose in your mobile if you open any icons like any application if you open, it takes some time to open and close, right? It is depending upon what? What is the processor, what is the RAM I have in my mobile. Similarly, this is also to run this is also dependent on what platform. What platform is what is the RAM, what is the speed of the RAM, okay, what is the memory based on that? It is going to do what? It is doing the simulation. Is it clear? So what is the use of this backdoor access is for when it reduces the what? Simulation time. It reduces the simulation time without not driving the what? The ports of the memory. You can understand why we go for the backdoor access? Reducing the simulation time. So what takes 2 hours with the front door access will take get over in what? 2 minutes. So implementing the same thing as what? Backdoor access. So large memories in SOC can be loaded with the what? Image with what? Zero simulation time. You can understand using what? Backdoor access. So what is meant by memory hierarchy? So memory hierarchy can be done through what? XMR concept. What is XMR is nothing but cross model reference. So what is a model hierarchy where memory is present? So this is what? This is a top model. Okay, this is your memory, module 1. How you can access this? To access this, we can go through like this, right? MMS top, multimedia subsystem top, and then audio file subsystem, then processing block, then you are referring this. So this we call it the hierarchical model, memory hierarchy. So overall hierarchy of the memory is nothing but what? How you can write hierarchy of this is nothing but what? This mem underscore memory is nothing. First is what? Top model, top dot what? MMS underscore top, then underscore what? Dot under audio underscore SS, dot what? Processing underscore block, dot what? Dot memory, mem underscore M1. So this is nothing but dot convention used to refer the hierarchy. That concept we call it as what? XMR concept. How we are using XMR concept in our case in the backdoor? In the backdoor, what we have done? The backdoor, what we have done here is nothing but. So we are reading this file, reading this XMR file, and we are referring the what? Hierarchy, memory hierarchy name. So where my mem is there? Dot mem variable is there in my test bench, right? This is the one. This is the memory. I want to refer this. Hierarchically, I want to refer. How to hierarchically refer this memory variable is nothing but using what? Dot XMR. So this is a duty. This is a top module. Duty is a top module dot what? Memory variable. So this concept we call it as what? Memory hierarchy. This is another way where if you want to access this. Hierarchically, you want to access this, you can go to what? You can go to processor underscore in what? Audio underscore what? Subsystem. Then there's nothing but what? Multimedia subsystem underscore. You can understand this. Are you clear? This is the XMR concept. So to want to do the backdoor access can be of two possible. Four backdoor access models methods we'll be using. One is nothing but front door. Basically, memory access can be done using front door, right, and front door read. So using the concept of backdoor access, you can do front door read, front door right, backdoor read. One is nothing but front door right and front door read. Another one is backdoor right and backdoor read. Another one is what? Front door read, backdoor read. Next is what? Backdoor read, front door read. So these are four possible is possible. If you go with the combination of front door and the backdoor access. So backdoor access system using what? Using system task functions. How to do the backdoor access system using system task functions. So what system task functions we are using is nothing but this is the one read write. HB indicates $symbol read memory is nothing but one of the system task functions. What is system task function will do? What is system task function will do? It will read the what? Read the image file and load the image content into the what? Memory. Load the image content into the memory. What is H indicates here is nothing but hexadecimal. If it is B means it is a binary number. What is the $symbol write memory which is? Write the what? Write what to write. What it is going to write? Take the memory content and write those content into the one image file. What is the file we are representing in the $symbol write memory H? You can understand? This is a system task function. So you know what is the P and read memory P and read memory write memory B. P means what? It is a binary. This is for what? Binary file. So to do the backdoor write to the memory in SOC, so we will be using this system. $symbol read memory H and what is the image file.exe. And this is nothing but what? Hierarchical representation of the memory. So loading the image in extra content into the RAM, if you talk about in SOC in the hierarchical name, this hierarchical name you can refer. Hierarchical name is test bench, DOT, subsystem 1, memory and subsystem 1. This is how we can hierarchical. Because image.exe present in the different folder, what we need to do? If it is not present in the same folder, same location, in the same folder, if it is present in different location, we need to provide our complete path where that file is present. You can understand? Now let us see how to do front door and backdoor access. We already understand how to do the front door access. We will now see how to do the backdoor access. For this $symbol memory, how many arguments will be there? 4 arguments. One argument is what? File name. Second argument is nothing but what? Memory identity. When my memory variable is present. What is the third argument is? Beginning address and the end address. So here they are representing the what? Square brackets. Why they are representing the square bracket is nothing but the square bracket indicates that these arguments are what? Optional. If it is necessary, you can use this. If it is not necessary, it is optional to you. So the argument which are representing the square bracket indicates what? Optional arguments. You can understand? So this is what used for writing the file content into the memory. So we'll be using this read memory X. To write that into the file, you can go with what? Read underscore memory X. In hexadecimal format, binary format. You can understand? Now this is what we are going to do. So this is like we are doing the test case analysis. What is meant by test case analysis means? I said that backdoor and front door, using backdoor and front door, you can do 4 possible combinations. What are the 4 possible combinations? Front door read, backdoor read, backdoor read. Next is what? Front door read, backdoor read. Next is what? Backdoor read, front door read. So this is what? Different case analysis. Test bench is nothing but complete platform you are setting up to verify the any design file. What is test case analysis is nothing but how many test case analysis you can do for this memory access using a front door and backdoor, 4 cases. So this we call it as the test case analysis. If you very simply understand this, what is meant by test case analysis is, if you give a laptop and ask to check if the laptop hardware is working fine or not, I'll give laptop to you. I'm asking you to check whether the laptop hardware is working or not. So how to check? Now you are checking if the keyboard is working fine. This we call it as what? This feature is working. Then type some letter and check what we call this nothing but. We are giving some test cases and giving the letters to the keyboard and testing them. This we call a test case to verify the what? Keyboard feature. If check if the keyboard is working fine, that we call feature. Then if you enter the data right through the keyboard, if it is working, that we call as what? Test cases. Test bench is a complete platform. We are setting up for verifying the design file. In the test bench, we are writing the test cases. We are giving one. We are giving some test cases to check that whether it is working fine or not. Like that, to check the complete laptop, first you check the what? Keyboard. Then you check the what? USB. You are inserting the USB, connecting the pen drive. Do the data transfer to the pen drive. The transfer happens fine. Then the picture is working. Correct. This is how we can do. Then how to check the laptop getting on and off. On and off is nothing but laptop run basic applications to turn off the laptop. If it goes fine, it is working, feature is working. Similarly, checking what webcam is working fine or not. So checking what if SD card is working fine or not. These are the different test cases you are writing to check the what whether laptop is working fine or not. Similarly, here also for memory modeling, you are giving what technical test cases, different test cases to checking their features. Are you understanding this? Now we'll see that what are the four possible combinations you can do using the front door and back door access is nothing but these are the one. What is the first test case you can do? Write the front door, read the front door. Next case is one. Write the front door, read the back door. Next case is one. Write the back door, read the front. Next case is one. Write the back door, read the front door. And one more test case you can do is nothing but you can randomize this. Randomize this in the possible four possible combinations are right here. You can randomize. This is another test case you can do that. Is it clear? Now let us see that how to do the what? Backdoor access. To do the backdoor access, let me take this file. So this is a file we have done in the test bench we have done in the last session. Okay. So what we did? Parameter initialization. All inputs are defined what? Register. Outputs are defined as what? By any variable which I'm using in the test bench, I'm using the variable. Then what is this nothing but? Model instantiation. During model instantiation, we are what? Overriding the parameters. What parameters we are overriding is with and then this is for what? Clock changes. This is for clock changes. You understand? And we are initializing the what? Reset is it. And then give me some simulation time to check this output. Then we are keeping the reset is 0. So this is nothing but I'm calling the task key. Front door right. What is the argument I'm passing in? 0 to depth. Correct. 0 to depth. And this is nothing but what? Read 0 to depth means what? It is going to copy the entire all the locations of the read, all the locations of the write. Then this is a task we are writing is done. For this is for what? Right. Now I'm just representing this as front door FD indicates front door right memory. Similarly, FD is nothing but what? Front door read. Front door write and front door read. Okay, for the moment let us remove this. This is the program we are writing for what? Back door read and back door. I'll remove this. First we understand what we did in the last session. This is what we did right. Front door read and front door write. Any test cases I'm writing here? Okay, no. So let us remove this answer. This is what I'm calling the function. Now if I run this program, I'll be getting what? Based upon the number of write data and what? Read data. Suppose same one if I'm calling again. What will happen if I'm calling this? Let us copy this here. So what will happen if I'm going to do like this? I'm calling the task. First time I'm calling the task passing the argument as 0, depth. Read also 0, depth. And again I'm calling this function. Calling this task. Now what I'm doing is quarter. Half read and half read. So how the output will come here? How the output will come? For the first task calling, it is going to take all the based upon the depth, read and write. After that what happens? Half read, half write. Again if I'm going to call like quarter like this. Now what I'm going to do? Let us call. So what is the use of this one? This argument. What is the use of this argument? What is the use of this argument? From the only specific the start location to the specific end location, I can what? Do the read operation and do the write operation. You understand? Now what is the output of this program though? What will be the output of this program? How many times this task is calling 3 times? Where the write memory and read memory is calling 3 times. When I'm calling the first time, I'm passing the argument is 0 times. Second time when I'm calling, I'm giving the what? Half period. Means it is half read and half read. This is nothing but what? Quarter read and quarter write. Now how the output will be? 3 times I'm calling this function. First time what happens here? All locations. Second time what? Half location. Third time is quarter. Let us run this program. For this program, I don't have any argument, so that I'm going to remove this. No, I'm not using any argument. I'm going to remove this. Let us save. Then I'm going to remove this. Whether I'm going front door read or front door write. Front door read. Front door write. Now this is a waveform. Let's do only what I'm going to do. Let us comment to this. I'm modding the wave so that I'm getting 2 times physics. One for modding the waveform. Second for again I'm modding the same waveform. Okay. So what I'm going to do is something, but I'm going to comment this. Do wave dot. I'll tell you what is the use of do wave dot. You can save the waveforms. For what direction you want to do. Okay. For that I need to what this command do wave dot. Let us comment this. Continue. Now you can see here. Now you can see first how many locations are there. How many locations are right below? These are right. Let us keep this is the ready. Let us keep this I here. This address, these are write data, these are read data. So let us keep address to the unsigned. Let us keep both this read data in hexadecimal form. Hexadecimal form. First, when I'm calling the function, what is the arguments I'm passing? 0, depth means what? All the location. 0 to 31. 31 means depth is 30. Read is having 32. Write is having what? 30. So these are write operation. This is a read operation. After this, again I'm calling the function, right? This is nothing but write operation. This is nothing but what? Read operation. Then after this, what I'm doing? I'm calling the function with what? Half read and this is nothing but half write and this is nothing but what? Half read. Then what I'm doing? Quarter read and quarter.
You are not completing this program. And this becomes. If you are not completing by the end of Monday, they should not attend. The attendance will join the session.
Now, read operation is done right for complete location. First time task calling. Second time, how? Third time, what? Did understand? This is what front door access. Front door access. In the memory list, which one it is going to write in the memory list? First task value, second task value, third task value. Memory list. This is the one. Memory is going. You understand? Total what is the side depth of this memory? 32. Depth is 32 and width is 16. Do you understand this? Are you clear? Now let us see this. How to do the backdoor access. How to do the backdoor access. Now we can understand this. I'm calling task here in here. 3 times I'm calling the task here with the different arguments. Second one is how, third one is what. Let us remove this one. Now let us do for the backdoor access. How to do the backdoor access? What I want to do the backdoor access? Backdoor access can be done through, not driven by the ports. It is going to access the memory content of what? Through what? Hierarchical model memory. How to do this? What I want to do? Let us keep the vendor access for the task and function I'm keeping in this program. Vendor and read and vendor, right? Now let us write the task. Using task we'll do this. I'm going to write the task. This way. Task. Now shall I use the VD means one? Backdoor. So shall I give the task name is backdoor right underscore memory. Memory. This is a task. Then I'm going to what? Begin. Then I'm going to end the begin. Then enter what? Task. Enter task. Now why we are doing through task is nothing but you know that. You can do this without task also. There's no problem to do the backdoor access without task. But we are doing this task. We are doing this using task means for the code usability and really easy understanding. Right? And what is the task I should break here? How to get the content of the memory without port everyone's, without ports. How to do? Using system task function, right? What system task function is? Read. I need to read the what? Memory of what? Hexadecimal file, image file, hexadecimal image file. For this, what are the arguments are there? Name of the file. That should be indicated in the double quotes. Name of the file. This is nothing but what? Right. Dot. You can write X or you can also represent the hexadecimal extension. Now what is the second argument is? So identify, memory identify. What is the memory identifier is nothing but DUT dot name. And the next argument is nothing but what? Start address and end address. So for the moment, let us take this as an optional. Because I'm not writing the input arguments to the task. By default, what you should take? Whatever the locations and you can understand? Now this is for what? Task for what? Backdoor write. Then how to do backdoor read? How to do the backdoor read? Task, one more task. Task name is nothing but what? Backdoor read underscore what? Memory. Memory. Then what I need to do? Begin, end, and enter task. Enter task. So what is a system task function I can use for this one? So write. It is by default, it is going to create a new file. Okay, all time, whether you're calling this task, it is not overriding the what? Memory. That file, whatever the content is there, it is doing what? Overriding options. Like W. Ask for reading the operation, W for what? Write the operation. Now what I want to do? Write. What I want to write? Memory. Then what I need to do? H. Then what I need to do here? We need to write. It has a read. Read dot x of n. Read dot x of n. Then comma, what I need to do? Memory identifier. UT dot mem. Then I'm going to end this. So that's it. We have done the task for what? Backdoor read the file. Get the memory content of the file. Then what we are doing? We are reading the file. Reading. First we'll write means what? We are getting all the memory contents of the file. Then we are reading into the what? New file. What is the new file name is nothing but data.exe. You understand? Now what I need to do? I need to call this. I need to call this task. So how to call this task? So this one vendor for this moment I'm going to comment this line. Comment this line. Now I'm going to read. I'm going to call this function. How to call this function? What is the name I'm giving is? PD means backdoor. First what I need to do is write. Then what I need to do? Memory. Right? Without arguments. Then what I need to do? PD. Then what I need to do? Read underscore memory. Read underscore memory. Now I'm going what? Backdoor read. Backdoor. Right. Now let us save this. Let us save what? What is the file name I'm using is tv3.b file. Now I'm going to run this one. So the task. Okay, let us go to this. 70. There is no end task. End task then 88. Okay, there are two end tasks. Let us remove this. Okay. Now save all. Now we have done with this. So what is the simulation time it is taking? How it is 70? Because simulation time, in time I am giving is 50. After reset I am giving is 20. My backdoor execute at what time? 0 simulation time. But this simulation time I am getting because I mentioned this in the test page. Now whether we get any way from this, we are doing the memory access to the course. But so that I won't get what? All this. I won't get the waveform for backdoor access and backdoor read. Now in the backdoor, it is going to create this file. Read dot. This is a write.exe. This is a write.exe. This is a container. This should be read right. This should be reading. This is reading 0, 1, 1. Again 1, 2, 3, 3. Then so on. You don't understand this? Okay, for the moment let us remove this file. And we'll see that whether it is going to create this file or not. Now I'm reading this file. Write.exe file. Now this should be right. We should go right into the file. What file? What is the name I have given is read.exe file. Now let us change it. What is the width I'm using for this is? Let us remove all this. What is the width I'm using for this case is nothing but 32. Let us make a depth is like suppose 1024. Depth of 1024. Now when you want to read, when you want to write how many write will be there? Obstacles is 1024 for write operation. But in my this file write.exe file I have data only up to 16. But how many times I should do when I want to write this is nothing but 1024. So but only I have 16 lines are there. By default other lines it is taking as 0, 0, 0. You understand? Now how many writing should happen? 1024 write operation. Now let us read operation. Let us run this. Now let us go and check this file. How many writes should be there? 1024. You can see there is a 1024. Let's see whether I have given it. What is the day? What is the size depth I have given is 1024. Let us check the memory list. So still it is taking 32. Depth is 32. Let us save all. Let us save this file. Okay, sorry, I was changing in design file. Let us save this here. And let us go to the test bench. The test bench. Let us make this into what? 1024. Depth, let us make 1024. Right all. Now let us remove all this. Now let us run this code. Now let us check the memory list. Now this depth is what? 1024. Width is what? 16. Now this is the data in my write.exe file. Right? Only this much I will type in my memory write.exe file. By default remaining will take what? Zeros. You can understand? Now let us take this read.exe file. Now this is a read.exe file. Up to so on what? 1024. The Excel 800, that's why I'm getting 1027. You can understand this? How to do backdoor read and backdoor write. Now suppose I want to do, now we did a backdoor read and backdoor write. Then we did what? Backdoor read and backdoor write. Now we'll see that backdoor write, backdoor read. What I want to do in this case, how to do backdoor read and the backdoor write. What function I should write here? What function I need to do? What task I need to do? So I'm calling this task right here. This is what? Backdoor read. Then what I want to do? Backdoor write. Backdoor read I'm doing. Then what I want to do? Backdoor write. Then I should what? Backdoor read. For the backdoor write, it is going to access in the ports. Right? For the backdoor write, no ports. Without ports, this is whatever we are writing here, that will be written into the what? Read.exe file. That will be written into the what? Read.exe file. Now let us run this code. Now we are doing what? Backdoor. There is a write operation is happening here. This is a write operation. Okay? But there is no what? Read operation. You can understand? Read is happening here. Backdoor read is happening here. Sorry, write is happening. Then what? Backdoor read. So what will be there in the backdoor read? If I go and check this memory list. This is a memory list. Correct. What is the depth I was given is? 1024. I'm using dollar symbol random. For all the locations of 1024, random value will be assigned with the depth of how much? 16. Did you understand this? Earlier case I was getting all these are zeros, right? Why I'm getting zeros? Because the backdoor access I'm doing. In my backdoor access, write.exe file contains only 16 lines. Or remaining I have not written anything, so the default it is taking what? 0, 0, 0. Now what I'm doing? Backdoor write I'm doing. When I'm doing backdoor write, it is going to the what? Port list. Then for writing the data, we're using dollar symbol random. This is dollar symbol random will create all the location of 1024 with what? This is the data. Read is happening to the what? Backdoor. Then what it has to do? I'm reading what? Read to what? Backdoor, right? Now this data will be reading into the what? Read.exe file. Now this is the data. You can understand? This is what? Backdoor write, backdoor read. Then how to do backdoor, like a backdoor write, backdoor read. How to do that? I should enable this, right? This system task I should call. Sorry, backdoor write or backdoor read or backdoor read, backdoor write. The backdoor write and what? Backdoor read. So then what happens in this case is backdoor read means now this is a file I have, right? In the write.exe file, this is a content I have. And this is nothing but what? This is what? Let us open this. This is a content I have in this write.exe file. Now what I'm doing in this case is nothing but I'm doing the backdoor write. Then what I'm doing? Backdoor read. So let us run this code. Now backdoor read, right? Backdoor read, then what? Backdoor write. So where is the backdoor write is? This is a write is now what? Backdoor read. Now let us take backdoor read operation. This is a read operation. Backdoor is not happening again. This is my address. This is my ready signal. Let us keep the ready signal here. But the backdoor read is not happening here. Right? What I'm doing is nothing but backdoor read. Backdoor write operation. So the backdoor write operation means this is my read, which it is done in previous case. This is nothing but this it should write. Right? This it should write. That should be printing in the web form, right? Backdoor read and what? Backdoor write. So backdoor write means what? This is the content. This should be right. This should be writing to the what? Memory. Now let us check this, debug this. Since this is backdoor write, so that this W data is not XY, then it has to be done with the backdoor read. Backdoor read is not happening in this case. We need to debug this. Okay, before debugging this, let us one last time, let us check with backdoor write. Sorry, backdoor read and backdoor write. This is not happening. Let me debug this. Nothing to do. Now I'm going to do this is what? Backdoor read and backdoor write. Let us save all. Coming in 70. Now this is happening. Backdoor read and what? Backdoor read. So backdoor read and backdoor read. Because since the depth I was given is 1024, so it is reading this file. Write.txt. This is the content I have in this write.txt. Now I'm reading this into what? This file. This contains what? Up to 1024. Up here, these are what data in my write.txt file. Now backdoor read, backdoor write is happening. Backdoor read, backdoor write is happening. Backdoor write is happening. Backdoor read, backdoor write is happening. But what third condition is not happening. Right? What condition is? Backdoor read and backdoor write. Let us check this code. Now what I want to do is backdoor read and backdoor write. Now for the backdoor write, I am not using any arguments here. Correct. Now let us do one thing. We can pass the arguments to this task for the backdoor read and backdoor write input arguments. Now let us copy this. Let us copy this entire line. This is my backdoor write operation. Let us make this is backdoor. What operation is? Write. Backdoor write. Then this is the arguments, right? Then what I need to do? I need to specify to pass the arguments to this. I need to specify one beginning address and end address. What is the beginning address is? Start underscore, right? Start underscore location. Then end address should be what? Start, right? Start underscore location place what? Num underscore location minus 1 here. This is start address and the end location. And similarly, I need to do it for what? For the backdoor memory. This is a backdoor read memory. These are input arguments I'm giving. Now here what I need to do again. Start underscore location, comma, start underscore location plus 1. Num underscore location minus 1. This is a beginning address. This is nothing but what? This is a end address. Beginning address and the end address. Now what I want to do in this case? Now when I'm calling this, I need to specify pass the argument. What argument I need to pass? 0 to let us pass. Did you understand? Now let us save all. Save all. So what I'm doing is backdoor read and backdoor write. There is unexpected colon. The line number 85. Line number 85. Okay. This is the extra one. Just remove this. Save all. This address, this is ready. Right. Okay, right is not happening. That's debug this. So, read is not happening, but write is happening here. But that is not getting to the end of the let us debug nothing to it. So what we have done in this case is we're calling this function. It's not addressing it location. Let us try this is the same program. Okay, which I'm using for this task. This is a task for one. Backdoor read. Memory is nothing but what? Backdoor read and backdoor read. These arguments I'm passing to this. For the backdoor read memory, backdoor write memory. And this is the one. Start location, this is one. End location. Beginning address and end address. Now, instead of each time, I don't want to do like this. I don't want to do like this. Friend door, backdoor, or backdoor, backdoor. Right, friend door, read write. So instead of that, what you can do? I want to run each cases, test cases. First, I want to run, if I'm giving an input argument during the runtime, I want to do friend door read and friend door write. Then I want to do friend door read and backdoor write. 4 cases are. So I can use the case statement to do this, or you can use the if else statement to do this. Here I'm manually running friend door and backdoor. Right? Again, backdoor and backdoor I'm running. Now I want to make the cases. For that, what I can do? I can use the what? Test case. I can use the argument. Dollar symbol value into dollar symbol plus args. What is the variable is nothing but test case. This argument is passing during when? During the runtime. During the runtime. I'm using case statement here. Case test 1. What is that test 1? Case is nothing but what? Friend door read and friend door write. What is the case 2 is nothing but? Friend door read and backdoor write. What is the case next case is nothing but? Backdoor read and backdoor write. What is the next case is nothing but? Backdoor read and backdoor write. This we have done through what? Here I'm manually running all this. Right? I don't want to do like this. I want to write a general program. During the runtime I'm passing. I want to do friend door access, friend door write and friend door read. Like many 4 cases. So that I can use the one here. Case statements. This argument which I am passing to during the runtime, it will take this test case. Are you understand? Now let us run this program. So this program name is nothing but tb.v. Now what I want to pass here to this. Plus, right? How to pass the argument? Plus test the case variable. What argument I need to pass here? What is the cases I'm waiting for is nothing but case 1. This is the one. Friend door write, friend door read. Case 2 is what? Friend door write, backdoor read. Case 3 is nothing but what? Backdoor write, friend door read. Case 4 is nothing but what? Backdoor read and backdoor read. Now which of the cases I want to run? I can pass the argument to this spec. What argument I can pass? Let us pass friend door read. Friend door write. Friend door, let us do read. Friend door write, read and friend door write. So this argument I'm passing. So which case it is going to execute? First case, right? What is the first case is? Friend door read and friend door read. Now it is calling the first. Now it will perform what? Friend door read and friend door. Now let us save this. Run this program. Now I'm going to friend door read and friend door write operation. So this is done to the what? Driven to the ports, all the ports of the what? Memory. Now I'll be getting what? Friend door read and let us do one thing. Let us create a sim. Hit type and sim. So let us remove the worker library. Now let us run this. Which one it is happening? What is the test? Okay, I think I have not saved this. Let us save this one. Now it is happening. This is my address. Get type is 1024. This is my read operation. This is nothing but what? My read operation. Let us keep this value here. This is a read. This is nothing but what? Right. Friend door read and friend door write. Now what I'm going to do? Let us do friend door read, write and what? Backdoor read. BD. Now I'm going to save this. Friend door write, backdoor read operation. Let us. Now it is happening friend door read and backdoor read. This is your read. Sorry, this is your write. Sorry, this is address and this is data. Friend door write is happening. And what I want it should happen? Backdoor read. Backdoor read is happening here. You can understand? Now let us go to the next case. What is the next case is? Backdoor write. This is what we are not getting in the other program. Right? This is nothing but what? Friend door read operation. Now let us save this. Run this code. Now it is happening here. You can see. This is your ready signal. Let us take here. This is your write. This is your address. This is your write data. This one read data. So read data is happening here. This is a backdoor write. Now right. Friend door read. This is a read is happening here. You can see. This is a read. Our data is happening here. I understand. This is the third case. backdoor right, front door right. The next case is what? Next case is both are backdoor right and backdoor read. So this is a backdoor right and backdoor read. This is what? Backdoor read and backdoor right. All are one. Sorry. Now this is my backdoor right. This is what? Backdoor read. Did you understand? Depth I have given is 102. So through this we understand how to modeling the memory, the different size, different width, different depth. So what is meant by front door access? What is meant by backdoor access? What is the use of the backdoor access? Basically, it is used to reducing the simulation. Backdoor access. To do the backdoor access, what do you need? What do you need to do the backdoor access? System class function. What system class functions we are using is dollar symbol read memory hexadecimal format, or you can use the binary format also. So dollar symbol read what format? Right, memory hexadecimal format. How many arguments will be there for this dollar symbol memory H? 4 arguments. One argument is file name. Second argument is nothing but memory identified using .xml function. And next is what? Starting address, beginning address and the ending address. Beginning location and end location. So then we are using the case statement. What is the use of the case statement is? Different case we need to run, right? 4 cases you can design. Front door right, front door right, front door right, back door right. Front door, back door right, front door right, back door right, back door right. To run these different cases we are using what? Case statement. Also you can do, you write this with using if else ask. Correct. To pass the argument during the runtime, we are using one system class function is what? Dollar symbol value plus dollar symbol plus args. Did you understand this program? So this is how you can model the memory. Is it clear? What is meant by front door access and back door? Basically to cut down the simulation time. The test cases, many test cases are there. If you go with the front door access, it takes what? More time. You'll understand here only by checking the simulation time. To remove this, we'll go for the backdoor access. So this is what memory modeling. Now in the next session, so we will start with the other project. So let us go with the first in first out. We go first in first out with synchronous and asynchronous. What is the use of the synchronous and asynchronous? We'll see from the next session. So on this student, any questions? Can you please go ahead now? Do you feel that this is a complex program? Memory program is a complex. Do you think that this is complex? Rather than if you know the model system class functions we are using, how to do front door access, how to do backdoor access, it is easy. This is what base for all other projects I'm talking about. If you are well and good understanding of this, like other projects which are we are writing very lengthy program, will be understanding. Are you clear? So this particularly for this modeling the memory, we are preparing the task. Okay, you can do this even function also. Function also you can do this. You know you are familiar with our task, you can do it task, nothing to it. All I want that how to do the right operation, how to do the read operation. So what is the time taken?